and you tell me if you agree with this, money comes with emotions as much as the absence of money produces certain kind of emotions.
Yeah, I agree.
Tell me if you agree with elaboration on the second statement, and that is this. Most common people who deal with poverty and financial hardship, they suffer with fear, anxiety, insecurity. Am I on it? Am I off?
I'm gonna say half and half.
Okay,
yeah,
correct me.
I'm gonna say half and half. I mean, the anxiety comes from self-doubt. If I could really do this, you know, when things are kind of slow. You know, business, like you said, it's not an overnight success. You have to be consistent with it. You have to put in the time. I mean, most of us work a 9 to 5 or whatever the case may be, but you still have that 6 to 10 or, you know, that 6 to 11. And while your friends are out partying, you have to make that choice. You go to the party or you're going to put in time for your business. You can do both, but it's going to grow slow. You're not. It's going to take longer for you to get to where you're going to get to.
But I think I'm asking you a slightly different question. And what I'm asking, because we all know people in our lives, you know, who are paycheck to paycheck or don't have the money that they need. And what I'm asking is, let's account for how they feel tonight, right? Because, and I remember my mom, and I'm talking government cheese, mustard sandwiches, powdered milk. Y'all don't know nothing about that. That's how we had to do it. And looking back on it now as an adult, I'm only imagining what it must have felt like for her to carry this house. You know what I'm saying? The anxiety, the fear, the insecurity. Can you speak to that?
I feel it now. I mean, because I have to support my mom, I support my family, I'm supporting a child. You know, I have a house note and I got business. I have, you know, another, you know, house. So it's like all this is on me, all the pressure to make it. So it does produce a certain amount of anxiety and fear and doubt within myself. I just have to rely on my faith a lot. Pray and pray and pray.
I know, that's right.
I can't do it without God. Seriously, I can't. And you can't do too much when you're too emotional, because then you don't make the sound decisions and you do stuff out of desperation. You can never conduct business out of desperation or make a sound business or life decision when you're desperate. You just can't. It's just not going to be a good ending if you do that. But it does, and I see how my mom struggled with the 4 kids, and you know, I'm not saying every day is rainbow and sunshines, because I still have to get out there and get it. Everything is on me. And sometimes I am a little insecure, like, oh, when I launch this brand, is it going to work? Is people going to like New Made? Or are they going to believe in healthy desserts? And, you know, I launched it. I did it when I was scared. I did it when I was fearful. I did it when I was broke. I did it when I was doubting myself. And, you know, I have my own cafe on Spring and 6 downtown LA. So it's working. It's working.
Nubia! I really like you.
I didn't get no handouts. I did get hand-ups, though. And I don't believe in excuses. Cry. Do both. You got to boss up, cry, do both. I did both. I cried and I bossed up.
I know, that's right. That's rich. That's rich. You know, Freda, you mentioned this earlier, piggyback on what Nubia just said, about how your spirituality and your prayer life plays a part in mitigating some of the stress, right?
Absolutely.
Because again, we're talking about generational wealth, but you got to build it to hand it down.
That's right.
Facts, right? You got to build it to hand it down, and there's stress that comes along with that. How do you mitigate, handle, process, transcend some of those stresses?
I would have to just say it's my faith, you know. It is my faith, you know, as you go through struggles, your faith is tested. And, you know, when you come out on the other side and you begin to believe in, you know, your higher power and your own personal strengths, you just keep going. And the results, you know, you just keep going and you get better.
And what do you believe?
What do you mean?
And what do you believe?
What do I believe? About what?
And what do you believe?
I believe that God has been the one carrying me.
That's all I wanted. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because if you tell somebody that your faith is what's going to get you through,
it's God.
Then you got to tell somebody what is the content of that faith, what's the belief.